Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Welcome to this floor flow practice with a mindfulness meditation at the end, focusing on our mantra. We're on our mindfulness week of mantra meditations. I'm going to be going out of town, so as you can see, I'm in the same clothes as I was for our yesterday's class. I'm recording this for tomorrow, so you have a video for tomorrow, because I will be up in Lava Hot Springs for a night or two. So wonderful. We are going to begin with our centering, feeling the earth underneath you, feeling that support of the earth, acknowledging that support, and taking this moment to check in with your body. Feeling the earth below. Going into Pratyahara, noticing the inner aliveness. And basking in that emotional landscape, that ocean of emotion, feeling the emotions rather than describing. And creating that intention for yourself, something you'd like to create. And releasing that intention, this or better, this or better, this or better, this or better. And we're going to come onto our mat. And we're going to just do some gentle warm-ups, just moving side to side, some circles with the hips, keeping the breath flowing, moving slow enough so you can notice the sensation in your body, that lower back, pelvic area, side body, the hips. Anytime you feel a nice sensation, you can massage that. Find your rhythm. Move the head and let the head relax into it. Shoulders go in the other direction in your circles. Keeping that breath flowing as we move. And we'll be engaging some bandhas. Mula Bandha, our pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, the belly comes in and up. Jalandhara, the chin comes in and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. Let's just shake out the arms. Some spontaneous movements. Warming up the body. Let's move into a little cat-cow. I'm going to move into camel in a minute. Let's warm up that back. Flexion and extension, cow. We're arching that back. Opening the chest, cat. We're rounding that back. Looking in towards the belly. Exhaling on cat, inhaling on cow. Warming up that spine. One more cat-cow. Back to center. And we're going to come up onto our knees and move into a camel and Ustrasana. And there's a few variations for this. And the first thing I like you to do before you move into the camel is to tuck that tailbone under, because we're going to be going into a nice little back bend. And we want to make sure if that tailbone is up and we go back, we'll be crunching these lumbar vertebrae. So tucking that tailbone under, bringing the hands to the small of the back, the elbows are coming in, the shoulders are open, lifting the head and the heart to go into a nice back bend, making sure those hips are aligned over the knees. Hips and knees are aligned, shoulders is open, and the head is in alignment with the spine. We're not dropping the head, we're keeping it in alignment with the spine for a nice back bend. And engage those bandhas and breathe here. Now, if you'd like to go deeper into the pose, there's a couple ways. You can come up onto the toes, and you can bring the hands down to the heels, adjusting those hips back over, aligned with the knees, open heart to a nice deeper back bend. If you want to have the tops of the feet flat on the earth, you can come all the way down to the heels this way. It's a little more challenge. You can do that as well. Find your version, engaging the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. And next inhale coming up, we're going to move right into child's pose. So opening up those knees a little bit, allowing the belly to come in between the hands. And in child's pose, you can have the hands extended out or alongside. Taking this time to go inward, to connect with the inner being, the pratyahara. Sending yourself love, telling yourself I love you. Your next inhale coming up, and we're going to come up into a table. Knees are under the hips, the hands are under the shoulders. We're going to move into some cat, cow, and table. So inhaling as you move into cow, arching the back, sticking the tailbone up, lifting the head, engage those bandhas. And exhale, tucking the tailbone under, rounding the back like a big Halloween cat, looking in towards the belly and thighs. Reflection of the spine. And moving back and forth at your own pace. Basking in the sensations, enjoying the movement. Be with yourself deeply in this beautiful cat-cow. Next time you're in your cat, if you want, you can take those hips back. A nice stretch on the lower back. And when you're in this, do some circles too. So just adding some variations. Remember to go both ways with your circle. Go one way, try and go the other way. Taking your time, moving back and forth now into your cat and your cow, adding some variations, some spontaneous movements, doing what feels good for your body, making it a meditative flow, keeping the breath flowing, bandhas gently activated, fully present in your body. All your awareness on the beautiful sensations, the breath, the flow. And coming back to center. Beautiful job. I'm going to move into a little balancing table. So I'm going to take the right arm up and the left leg extended straight out behind me. Feeling the front arm extending out away from the body and the legs extending away from the body. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Find a drishti to gaze at. It's not moving. One more breath. And releasing down. Beautiful job. We'll go to the other side. You take my left hand out and right leg. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And releasing down. I'm going to move into threading the needle now. So I'm going to take that right arm and I'm going to reach it up, opening up the heart. And then I'm going to take that hand and I'm going to thread it right between that left knee and that left hand. And I'm going to come all the way down onto the shoulder. And make sure you're comfortable. You're honoring the body. And find your perfect adjustments. And breathe. And people like to bring that hand along the back. One more breath. And bringing that left hand to the earth, lifting up, bringing the right arm back up towards the heavens and back down. Let's go to the other side. Take this left arm and open up the chest and then threading that between the right knee and the right wrist, relaxing down on that left shoulder. And breathe. One more breath. And then on your next inhale, make sure that right hand is on the mat, pressing into that right hand, lifting that left arm back up and bringing it back down onto the mat. And let's go back down into child's pose for a couple breaths. Bring in some love into your own heart. Inhale, coming up. And we're going to bring those feet out in front of us. I'm going to move into a single leg forward fold. So I have my left leg straight out, right foot. The sole of the right foot is resting on the inner thigh of the left. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine as long as you can, gauging those bandhas, and as you exhale, hinging at the hip. So your hip is moving, my spine isn't moving yet. Find that edge. This is the best way to hinge forward to protect your lower back. To wait to move the spine till you're in your deepest hinge. And then allow the spine to round, bringing the head in towards the leg. And massage that foot, bringing love and attention to that foot. Flex and extend that foot, keeping the breath flowing. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up. We're going to switch the other side. My right leg is out, left leg bent. Sole of my left foot is on the inner thigh of my right leg. I'm going to inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, hinging forward. Find your edge on that hinge, and then round the spine, allowing the head to come in towards the leg. Massage the foot, flex and extend that foot. Keeping the breath flowing and the bandhas engaged. Basking in the nectar of the sensations. And on your next inhale, coming up. We bring those feet together in our bound angle, Baddha Konasana butterfly. Wrapping the hands around the feet. You can open those feet up a little like a book. And let's flap those butterfly wings. Bandhas are engaged. Keeping that prana moving through the body with the breath. And slow that down. Bringing those legs close down towards the earth, extending the spine, gauging the bandhas, and let's hinge forward in our Baddha Konasana. Nice little forward fold here. And you can bring the hands to the mat, and we're just going to keep the spine straight, engage the bandhas, and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. On your next inhale, coming back up. And let's bring those knees together, feet on the mat. And we're going to move first into our balancing bear and then a boat. So both heels are on the mat. And bring your hands to your feet, outside of the feet. Some people like to hold the toes. I'm going to hold the toes today. And let's keep that right heel rooted onto the mat. And let's extend. I think I'm going to take the outside of my foot, feels better. That left foot out. Opening it up, moving it around a little and closer to the body. Just noticing the sensations that feel good for you. Keeping the breath flowing and the bandhas engaged. And releasing the left leg down. Having that left heel rooted into the earth. Grabbing onto the outside of the right leg or the right toe and extending that right leg out. And again, moving that. Some little spontaneous micro movements that feel good for you. Keeping the breath flowing. Releasing the leg down. And we're going to balance on that sacrum, lifting those heels up. And then if this is too much for you of a balance, then just continue one leg at a time. Continue the pose. You can open up and open both legs up. And it takes time, so be patient with yourself. If you fall out, you can move back in, engage the bandhas and breathe. Find your drishti. One more breath. And releasing down. Great job. And the knees are going to be bent. We're going to move into boat. We're going to move into half boat and then full boat. So we're balancing again on that sacrum, sits bones and the sacrum, balancing back here. That'll adjust a little as we move into the pose. And we're going to inhale as we bring those legs, and the lower legs are parallel to the floor in our half boat. And then when we're ready, or you may just want to stay here in this pose, move into a full boat, extending the arms and legs out and balancing. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And back into half boat. And then bringing the legs down. Beautiful job. We're going to scoot up to the front of the mat, and we're going to move into spinal rocks, massaging that spinal column, those erector spinae muscles that come up along the spinal column, activating that Sushumna nadi as well. Also, bring some energy into the kidneys, making sure you have plenty of cushion for this, and coming flat on your back. Beautiful job. We're going to move into bridge now. So first we're going to move into half bridge. Hands are palms down on the mat. I'm going to press into my feet as I lift those hips up to a half bridge or a two-legged table. Feeling the beautiful sensations, and breathe. One more breath. And as we come down, we're going to come down nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, from the upper thoracic vertebrae to the lower, to the lumbar, and then feel the sacrum and the tailbone release. We're going to go back up this time into a full bridge. So we're going to press into the feet. We're going to lift the hips. We're going to move into a little back bend as we bring the shoulders underneath us, clasping the hands underneath, pressing into the feet, watching so those feet don't flop out, keeping them the knees hip width apart, and breathe. Just adjusting a little bit if you need to, getting a little higher on the inhales. One more breath, inhaling, lifting up, and on your exhale, we're going to release the hands, release those shoulders, and come all the way back down, one vertebra at a time. And when you're all the way down, we're going to bring the knees into the chest, rocking back and forth to release and relax that lower back. And let's take those legs and just bring them up into a nice little inversion here. You can flex and extend the feet. And then you can either stay in this nice inversion, we're getting the vacation for the veins in the legs, where they're coming down naturally without those veins having to work so hard. Or if you'd like, you can move into half shoulder stand. As we lift those hips up, bring the hands to the small of the back. Feet are right above the eyes and the head. And engage the bandhas and breathe. You can also bring your legs up to the wall, legs up the wall, if you don't want to go into half shoulder stand. There's a couple variations here. You can take that right leg and you can bring it down. If you touch the floor, that's great. If not, that's okay. And you can bring it back up. Left leg down. Oh, not go up there. Back up. And I invite you to hinge over into plow. I always try to bring the legs parallel to the earth rather than hinging them all the way down, just because this protects this lower back here by keeping them parallel. If you like to bring them down and that's real easy and you're flexible, that's okay. You can do that too. And then tucking those knees in towards the chest, coming up into a little ball, bringing the hands down to the earth, and nice and gently rolling back down, coming out. We're going to extend those legs out. And we're going to move into our fish, Matsyasana. So the palms of the hands are down onto the earth, and we're going to bring the hands underneath the buttocks. We're going to snuggle those arms nice and close into the body, and then pressing into the elbows as we lift the chest and the head all the way up. And then relaxing the head to gently rest on the earth as we feel a nice back bend in the upper thoracics. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And lifting up on the inhale. On the exhale, straightening out. Beautiful. Releasing those hands from under the buttocks and bringing those knees into the chest. After back bends, it's always nice to have a counter pose of a forward fold. Bring the knees into the chest to release and relax that lower back. And we're going to hold on to this right knee. We're going to take the left leg out. And we're going to tuck the right knee into the body. We can bring it out wide towards the armpit so we don't crunch those ribs. And press that left leg towards the earth. Two opposite lines of energy simultaneously. And breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. And let's bring that right foot to the earth. Right knee is up. Let's come on to that left side just an inch, taking the right knee over to the left hand guiding the right knee over. And the right hand is out 90 degrees and turning the head to gaze out over the right fingertips for a nice knee down supine twist. And breathe. Basking in sensation. One more nice deep breath. And on your exhale, releasing the leg and coming back to center. And let's straighten out that right leg and bring the left knee in. Tucking that left, moving that left foot out wide. Avoid the ribs and tucking, pulling the left leg into the armpit. Right leg is pressing down towards the earth. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Feeling those two lines of energy. One more breath here. And releasing that left leg, the left knee up. Let's come on to that right side just an inch. Bring the left knee over to the right. Right hand on the left knee to guide it over. And the left arm out 90 degrees and turning the head to gaze out over the right, the left fingertips. Feeling that nice deep twist. And breathe. Basking in the beautiful sensations, enjoying being present to the body and sensations. One more deep breath here. And releasing that leg, coming back to center. And let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking, maybe some circles, going both directions. Beautiful job. Let's bring those legs up and let's bring them wide. Just feel a nice stretch. Engage the bandhas, bring in the prana. Maybe rocking a little bit. Getting a nice stretch. Comfortable in your body. And let's bring those feet together in a Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly, wrapping the hands around the feet and gently pulling the feet in towards the body, engaging those bandhas. The lumbar spine is on the earth. We're not lifting the buttocks or the lumbar spine up. And breathe. One more breath. And let's bring those feet up. So the soles of the feet are looking to the sky. Knees are nice and wide. And we'll move into baby as we gently pull those feet down in towards the body, towards the earth. Feeling a nice opening in the hips. Engage your bandhas and bring in that prana. Releasing that pull and moving into your happy baby. Just kicking around, feeling good in the body. Keeping that breath flowing, the energy moving. Just having fun. And invite you to make any last poses you wanted to do that your body feels needs to have. Maybe knees into the chest as we move into getting ready for our savasana. So we're going to rest in a supine savasana pose, flat on our backs, arms a little away from the body, palms up, feet a little wide, feet moving out into a receptive pose. Feeling the body rest deeply into the earth, becoming heavier. sinking into the earth. All the muscles releasing and relaxing all tension, releasing all holding, melting into relaxation, feeling the bones become heavier and sinking in towards the body. And inviting all the systems, including the brain and nervous system, to release and relax. Every cell, every molecule, deeply relaxed. As we rest in silent stillness, integrating all the energies into the energy bodies, the physical body, the spiritual bodies. And we'll rest in silence and I will bring you back. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Beginning to come back. Taking your time. You need to wiggle the fingers and toes, stretching out the arms and the legs. When you're ready, moving over to one side or the other. Taking a breath on your side. And coming up, seated position. We'll be moving into our mindfulness meditation with a mantra. Finding your mantra and just be an I am, Om, peace, I am peace, whatever mantra inspires you and comes up for you as the mantra to use for this meditation practice. I invite you to use that. Finding a nice comfortable seat. You can have a hand mudra. I have a kini right here where all my fingers are touching, resting in my lap, connecting all the meridians and the lines of energy, creating a closed circuit for my body. You may want to have Anjali, or there's so many different mudras that we can do. We'll go over a class on that. Closing your eyes, feeling that earth underneath you. Breathing into that lower belly. And begin by silently repeating that mantra to yourself. You can allow some gaps of silent stillness between the mantra. And remembering, if thinking or thought disturbances or thought distractions come in, just very kindly and gently guide your mind back to your mantra. Single point of focus, concentration. Single point of focus on your mantra. Single point attention on your mantra. Deep belly breaths. One more minute. A nice deep breath and scanning the body and the eyes closed, noticing the physical body first. Feeling where your physical body is in time and space here, now, the shoulders, the head, the neck, chest, back, those scapula and wing bones, the spinal column, the abdomen, the waist, the pelvis, the legs, the feet. And diving into Pratyahara, scanning that aliveness within you, the inner dynamic energy field. Diving into the emotional body, just noticing and observing, basking in those emotions. And reminding yourself of that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Feeling the emotions of that intention fully manifest the emotional benefit. It's what you truly want. Releasing that intention with a this or better. You can open your eyes. We'll close this practice with a namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I am Grace. Please check out ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.